Probably not. And not only because we're in the semi-final for a third time in our history, but as well for the manner and the way we did it. Not only by the way we played, but as well with the circumstances and the amount of injuries that we have. So I think overall, it shows the character of this team, of this club, and is a night to be very proud of.
Alex from the BBC.
Declan Rice, another excellent performance for him again.
Yeah, I can talk to him. Obviously, he's been decisive in the tie today in a different way. I think it was immense. His presence, the power that he showed, how composed he was without the ball. I think he led the team in many moments and turned the game in our favor. And I think that's what you need, players at this level to step up and have big contribution, and he certainly is on that.
You spoke a lot before this tie about belief and conviction. What does this performance this week and last week do for your team looking at this tournament and the next few years?
But the feeling that we had is a reality, basically, and the inner feeling that I had before the tie, and what the players were transmitting and how prepared I could feel the team that we are ready. We are ready to compete against anybody, and now we have to continue to do that because I think we have some momentum now.
James, Athletic.
Say about the character of Saka that he missed that penalty in the way he missed it, and then he came back and scored the crucial goal for him.
I can go on and on with individuals and a lot of different cases that we had in that team, but with Bukayo again, he stepped up. He didn't score, obviously. That could be a turning point emotionally in the game because he gave them a lot of belief. But then the way he handled the situation, the way he played afterwards, and the personality that he showed at his age, the first time that he plays in this stadium, incredible.
You told us that you had to talk to Guardiola before the first leg. I would like to ask you if you've talked to other coaches that have been here or with him to prepare this game. Yeah, I called him this morning. But because I think that if I'm here, it's thanks to him. To a great extent, because as a player and as a coach, he's been an inspiration for me, and he's been the person that decided to bet on me, to include me as a second coach, and I've lived 4 amazing years with him, and I have to be grateful. I'll always be grateful to him, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
It's 2-1 here at the Bernabéu. It's 5-1 in aggregate.
5-1. Never in doubt, was it?
They said the Galacticos, they said Real Madrid, they said Ramatonda, wherever it is, the comeback. What happened tonight? Because I didn't see any of that.
They got stuff, mate. I'll tell you that's what happened. It was plain and simple. What's a performance? What's a second leg performance? First leg was unbelievable. That was second. I always said that. Come here and show what you can do. 2 legs of football in the Champions League, both class, brilliant performance. I can't speak highly of the way we played.
I love what Robbie said. Robbie was kind of saying that, the team are a good team. The team are a very good team. I know going into this game, you said to me walking in, it feels like I'm doing the Spurs away. It feels like it's a North London. You felt that feeling that you hate. And I was like, wow, your nerves are that high. But
listen, there's a bit of pressure on us tonight because we were 3-0 up. There was a little bit of pressure if we mess it up and whatever. And what happens if we mess it up? Never done that. Played really, really well. Got the penalty. Should have scored.
Disappointing Saka.
Saka, unforgivable. I said, I'm never ever going to forgive him for that. Right, I was furious. And then he chipped the ball in and I said, you are forgiven, Bukayo. You are forgiven.
That didn't last too long then.
No.
It was a great goal.
You can chip a goalkeeper, I'll let you off.
That was a good chip. And you said, there was no mistakes. We have to mention Saliba at the back. Before we go into the positives, Saliba at the back obviously made that crucial error that led to
dominated Real Madrid in their own backyard. All the players battled really hard. They were very organised, put in top performances. I have to say, Declan Rice, over both legs, he was colossal in that midfield. He really led by example. Saka scored a great goal. And then just at the end there, Martinelli topped it off with a great counter-attack. And it was Marino, who picked the ball up on the edge of the box. He's played a great through ball. The back line of Real Madrid couldn't step up because they're in their own half. And then Martinelli's used his speed, gone through, come across the defender and just slotted it, Henry-like finish to make it 5-1. I did say 5-1. And it was like easy work, really. They're the holders. We beat them 5-1. It was really easy. They've had 2 shots on target. Obviously they scored a goal, mistake by Saliba, but overall it was a great performance by Arsenal.
A momentous night for Arsenal, but also for Mikel Arteta as well, to demolish.
It's a special night for this club. It's a historic night for this club. We have an objective in this competition. We want to play the best teams and we want to win this competition. And there was a lot of talk coming here about them coming back because they've done it so many times before. But we had so much belief and confidence from that first leg that we had enough to come here and win the game, and not just win the game. We knew we was going to suffer, but we knew we was going to win. And we had it in our mind, and then we done it in real life. So what a night for the club.
Miles, come in here. I mean, what a season you've had, period. But how was your first experience at the Bernabéu?
It was incredible. Honestly, when you see it on TV, it's a lot different to when you come live. So when I first walked out, it's a lot, but just got to take in a moment and have fun,
You are Champions League semi-finalists. This is the first time that Arsenal have done this since 2009. We've spoken about creating your own history, but what does that mean to you all?
It's massive. I sensed it before I signed to the club that we was on an upward trajectory as a club, and I felt it in the players we've got and the direction we want to go in. It's been tough in the Premier League because we lost out last year on a point. This year it slipped away from us, but in this competition we've done amazingly well, and this club's going to do special things over the next few years. We all fully believe it. We have full trust in this manager. He's unbelievable, and we've got players like him coming through, Ethan, other young lads who really want it as well. So we've got a real good mix, and look, like you said, semi-finals is massive for us, and we just want to take tonight in because we want to take it one step at a time. And now PSG next, who are an amazing team.
Well, let's face it, guys, it was never going to be a low-key evening tonight, was it, when you come and play here? Just talk us through some of the emotions in that first half, especially for you. Who wants to take this one?
Let him go.
Okay, Miles, come on.
Wait, can you say it one more time, please?
Just the emotions of that first half that you went through. It was never going to be a low-key game. Obviously, the penalty didn't quite go your way, and then, Dec, we'll get to you and what happens with Kylian.
Yeah, it's incredible. The fans, they don't make it easy for us, but as a team, we know it's going to be like this when we came. So as long as we stuck together and, keep backing each other through the highs and lows, we'll be fine.
5 minutes it took with that VAR check in that first half.
I knew it wasn't a penalty. Look, don't get me wrong, I had my arm on him, but you have to do that in the box. You have to try and stop him. Someone was going to let him go, but I knew it wasn't a pen. I'm an honest guy. I said to him straight away, and I said to Vasquez, it's not a pen. And I would admit, if I pulled him down, I would say, but he just fell to the floor and it wasn't a pen. And I was fully confident it would get overturned. And we just had to stay calm. We was a bit naive again at times. We just had to control the game a little bit better. But in the end, we've got the job done. And it's, like I said, it's a historic night for the club. And honestly, I'm lost for words. It's just very special.
Very quickly, PSG.
Yeah, top team. Played them once already. We feel like they're a different team to back then. We've seen what they can do, but also we see what Villa done to them last night and caused them a lot of problems. So, look, we'll be working hard. We now have to go to Ipswich on Sunday, which is going to be a tough game because we want to secure that, keep going and keep winning matches in the Prem. And then also, like you said, focus on this competition.
Here they were counting on shocking Arsenal, making you scared with the Real Madrid, the remontada effect, but it didn't work at all. How did you cope so well?
Yeah, we did, but I think it was my first time in that touchline, and you realize why that happens, because once you are there and you see the atmosphere and the chaos that they can generate during the game, it creates a lot of uncertainty. But I think emotionally we were very, very stable, really solid. We didn't give much away, and then we took the opportunities, which is key in the Champions League.
Yeah, I wrote down control, balance, patience, discipline. I suppose they're well-chosen words.
Yeah, it's very necessary things, and you're going to have difficult moments, and you want to be in the semi-final of this competition. You have to deal with a lot of factors, but I think the team showed a lot of maturity tonight.
Tell me honestly, what did you think when that penalty was missed?
A lot of things went through my mind because, very strange. I mean, a player can miss it. You have to take it. He missed it. And then he generated a different atmosphere. Then we got the penalty against that. It was overturned as well. So we really needed that because that would have turned the game into a completely different context. Fortunately, it didn't happen.
Now you're ready for the semi-finals. It's a big step with this big project you've got going on at Arsenal. What do you think of meeting PSG? Unbelievable.
I mean, they're a team that probably the most informed in Europe, the way they are playing, watching them yesterday. We already faced them once in the competition, so we already experienced that. So it's going to be very tough for both teams.
Where was lost the semi-final in terms of playing and planning?
I think we have to be honest. They played better in the two games. They were to win. We tried at the beginning to put more pressure. They were really well organized defensively. We had difficulty to find space and to create opportunities. We had to